I'm still not very comfortable with the way that uh, the situation with these cameras on YouTube. Well, the way they do the live stream, live chat, they're so zoomed in that it's kind of hard to get comfortable with it. It's zoomed in. I'm all the way up in the camera like this. But I guess I can get used to it. Hello, this is the Morning Garden Show, and I have to go out and I have a lot of pruning to do. Hello, somebody said hi. Here we go. All right, thank you. I can barely see that. I don't have my cameras. I mean my eyes or my glasses with me, but I'm doing good. I'm glad that you tuned in. Um, I'm planning in my mind. I got to go out and cut these trees down. I bought dwarf fruit trees. Supposedly, all of them are dwarf, and not semi-dwarf, but dwarf. And I bought some from unknown store back in the day, and those trees are really tall, 25 feet tall. The tips are about 22, 23, 24, something like that feet tall. My pear tree, and then I have a peach trees, which is about 22 feet tall. And all of these were bought as dwarfs. I have one that's a beautiful tree. It's called um, what is that tree called? It's a elderberry or it's a peach tree. I can't think of it right at this moment. I have so many trees. I have about 20, I think about 20 trees, and sometimes it's hard to remember all of them. At one time, it's just hard to remember. But I am in the process of got to go down and cut these trees back because they have taken over. They've taken over. They've taken over. So I'm in the process of doing that. So probably tomorrow I'll start on that because I've done everything with the cars. I got the cars running good, and so I'm happy with that. And I had a lot of progress yesterday working on the cars. I say I started my garden till garden now. Now, thanks for inspiration. Um, I love the fact that you are inspired. Thank you very much, first of all. And I think that it's great to have a garden because here's where I'm at. The way things are going now, gardening is not just a hobby anymore. It's not a hobby. It is a victory garden in a sense because you're trying to keep some fresh foods on your table that are outstanding. A gardener has the opportunity. A gardener has the opportunity to grow and eat some of the finest food that even a king or president sometimes cannot get, and you have that ability to do that. If you take any plant, tomato, cucumber, squash, and you grow them in the richest of materials, whether it be manure, whether it be bone meal, whether it be organic plant food such as fish heads, fish guts, uh, you know, you can grow the richest, and I mean the richest um, uh, foods that you can possibly put into your system to start improving your overall health, improving your overall state of mind, your state of body. You can do that. I put away some tomatoes yesterday. I blanched them and I put them in a plastic bag and I put them in a deep freezer. The only thing I didn't do was date it. I can still date it. I'll date it today, tonight. But here's what I'm saying. When you do this, you can eat this food and you feel better. I would, I know you're doing the gardening traditional way, and I don't want to discourage you from doing it. If you like tilling, if you like tilling, more power to you. However, if you are new to gardening, I want you to do all your research and then decide on which way you want to go. I don't want to be the one to persuade you But my experience has been each year that you till, your soil will get worse and worse and worse. Each year you till. And the reason for that is that tilled soil uh, is basically, it's alive. Soil is alive. It actually is. I mean, we can't see it. Sometimes we can't. We don't might not have the knowledge base to understand at the time at the beginning, but as we go on, we can understand it better. Tilling damages soil. Farmers are now coming into that reality, to that state of mind of thinking. They're going, wait a minute, and then other farmers that are helping them make that transition because they're saying you're tearing up the home of the biology that's in the soil when you grind through it with that tiller. We have done the tilling for oh my God, we've done it so long until about the whole grass and you know, um, the rocky clay. Oh, you here in Maryland? Where I am? You here in Maryland? Okay, here in Maryland. I know a great deal about Maryland soil. It is basically clay. And then you have some. When I first started out with my soil, the first thing I did was what I was taught. I tilled, and I was pulling up all these rocks and pulling up all these rocks, and then I realized that the rocks are minerals. Yes. Uh, okay. Yes. And okay. And so I pulled up all these rocks, pulled up all these rocks, and didn't realize that the worms and the other biology in there digest the dust off of these rocks as the rocks deteriorate, and they eat that, and then they take that, digest it through their systems, and then later on your plants eat it. But when you remove all the rocks, now I say I would now if I did it, I would do a balance. I would take away some of the larger rocks so I can, do my thing that I need to do, but I would not get rid of all my rocks in my soil because that's biology. Um, the there's a guy which he used to be online. He's still probably still online. Used to try to sell everybody. He was associated with companies, and he was selling people rock dust. Well, the reality of it is, rock dust is good for your garden, uh, but you don't have to buy it. Is my thing. You don't have to buy rock dust. The worms will supply the rock dust to your plant if the rocks are there. But do what you got to do. But I would encourage you to put as much as you could possibly get into that soil. Put in your soil organic matter. Now, when you till that in, or keep in mind now, you're gonna rob all that soil of nitrogen for maybe up to a year or more, depending on what you put in there. So some people actually dig a trench and they will put logs and branches and everything in there and then cover it over and they will plant on top of that after a certain period of time because it's going to take a lot of nitrogen to break down that organic matter. But here's what happens when you put the organic matter down. Like I use chop and drop, and chop and drop is basically cutting down all your weeds, your grass, and everything, and leaving it on top. Just let it lay right on top, and it will rot down. And with my soul here in Maryland, I saw so many worms this year. Worms everywhere. They were actually sitting on top of the soil. They were sitting on top of the soil. So that being said, um, the key, the very key to your soil, I mean to your garden, is your soil. Everything else is secondary. The very key to your soil is you're going to just grow soil. If you just started this garden out, all you're going to do this garden is load it up with organic matter. That's all your job's got to be. Is I mean everything from tree branches to. Uh, but see now, here's the thing about it though. If you're one of those people that like your garden pretty and neat and in neat rows like they show on the magazines, um, gardens you can do that, but I don't. I mean, you could do that if you want. I mean, I see the magazines. They got all tilled up, and they got everything neat in a row, and there's no weeds anywhere to be seen. If you do that kind of garden, you can do it. You will work your butt off, then you're gonna have to live in that garden. And when you get it like that, everything else is going to be growing under your control. But the way I like to do it, I like to put down organic matter, whether it be grass clippings, weeds, um, uh, tree branches, cut them up into pieces 8, 9 inches long, and you put them around the base of your fruit trees and just leave them there. And what will happen to those branches is those branches will break down after about a year. You'll look there and you won't even see them. They're gone. Where did they go? Worms and other biology ate those branches up. Um, Grass clippings, weeds laid on top of the soil. It's called chop and drop. Um, and you just got to stay on the weeds. Mostly gardening. One thing most people don't like uh, about gardening, and that's weeding. That's one of the number one things if you ask a person is weeding. But once you get the organic matter into that ground, and you're gonna have to fertilize for probably the first year or two. You're gonna have to fertilize with organic fertilizer. I have some videos up where I'm showing people how to use a manure fork. That those prongs will go down into the ground 8 inches deep, and they're easy to go into the ground. The first time you do it, it's going to be a little hard because your soil is going to be rock hard for the most part. But when you loosen that soil up, loosen the soil up, keep loosening soil, and don't flip it over and turn it over, and introduce more weed seeds to your ground. You just want to stick it in, tilt it back. All you're doing is lifting the soil, lifting. You go back another 3 to 4 inches, stick it in the ground, lift the soil. Stick it in the ground, lift the soil. And the prongs are about on the one that I use about 8 inches across. But I like to do one row 8 and then come back at the beginning again and do another row of 8, making it 16 inches across. That will allow your roots from your plants to grow across that 16 inches and produce you some of the prettiest, beautiful vegetables. Now, the first time you till that soil, the first time you lift that soil with that pitchfork, everything will grow that year because the nutrients are in the soil. Everything's going to grow. What you're going to find is you're going to need to put everything back. All the nutrients that was pulled out, you're going to have to put back, or your soil will start showing signs of weakness by each year. If you grew big, beautiful tomatoes the first year, next year they're going to be less, and next year they're going to be less and less and less, unless you keep adding the organic matter. And that's how it works. I hope I was able to help you out some, but always keep gardening simple. Do not get it all twisted because there's so much information out there floating around. It's got people spinning around in circles, not knowing exactly what to do. But if you got a pickup truck, yes, very much I will. And if you got like they got the dumps, they call them. I think they call them dumps. I think they call them dumps. Where you can go in Maryland, and in some places, you live in a county, and you can go get truckfuls of compost. Well, the only problem with that compost is you don't know where it came from. Because at the beginning of the year, you know how they drive around to pick up. I will keep it, yeah, keep it simple. And you won't get all spinning around in circles. You will not, it will not happen to you. Um, the compost that the city collects is from the leaves that you set on the curb every year. That's where that comes from. I used to go out and collect people leaves. As long as it was in a clear bag, if I knew some of the neighbors and the stuff wasn't all, had trash in the bags, I wanted those leaves because I knew those leaves were black gold. And I would put them in a big pile, or I would have a contractor bring them in that I knew, and I tell them, well, I said, get them out of people's yards. I don't want them when they've been in the street, in the curbs. They get oil in them, gas in them. I don't want that. I don't want those. And what happens is when people get those that compost from the dump. If Ronnie uses a weed killer in his grass, and they cut his grass, he put them in plastic bags, and the city picks them up. Guess what? You get that in your yard. Um, Another thing, if you're getting manure from farmers nearby you or whatever, manure, cow manure, horse manure, and they're treating their grasses with weed killers, you get that in your garden. You'll wish you never had it happen, because once that happens, um, your plants, you'll see the results. So it's a hey, sorry, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, we all have things we got to do, and things come up in life. But I appreciate you stopping by. I am still the morning gardener, and I am in the process now planning out my fall garden, which is going to be basic. It's going to be collard greens and kale. But I like to grow those big, uh, green, almost bluish colored leaves. That's what I like, and I do that because um, it just makes me feel good when all of my plants are very healthy. Like this year, all my plants are very healthy. I, I, I'm still amazed that people have problems with bugs eating their leaves, bugs eating their fruit. I don't have that problem. Only place I do have the problem at, and that is with my peach trees. And I will figure that out and be able to get that under control. See, my thing is this: I don't want to put man-made chemicals on my fruit. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I grew some of the prettiest raspberries this year. Oh, they were pretty and they were sweet. And let me tell you how to do that. You treat your raspberries like royalty. You feed them. You water them with a. You can make the tea from some of the weeds in your yard. You can make the tea from the weeds, and you water them with that. And you water them once a week, and you keep them fed, and you keep them happy. Do not follow some of these books out there that's telling you every 3 weeks, every once a month, or whatever, feed them. How you would like somebody to feed you once a month? So that doesn't work. They eat like we do. They eat like we do. And when you put them out there and they get hungry, the bugs move in and start eating these plants. Because as the plants suffer from lack of water and lack of food, and they start sending out a stress signal, the plant does, the bugs move in and start eating. And that's all I want to say on that note. Are there any questions or concerns about your garden? Yeah, I can understand that. I actually go out into my garden every. I go out to my garden every day. Every day. I think that's the best way to keep a garden is to check on it. And you look at those leaves, and you look at the plant's rate of growth and the color of the plants, and they'll tell you what's wrong with them. They'll tell you what's wrong. I mean, they have the ability to do that. They can't speak verbally as we do, but they will tell you when they are suffering. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Morning Garden Show. Um, I'm back. I have to give the information for what I think. Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have to get the information out because I want to see people. I want to go through these videos when people put them up and see these big, beautiful plants. And I love that. And when people write back sometimes, they'll say, thanks to you, the information you gave me. Somebody wrote something yesterday that says, because of you, I grow some of the prettiest grapes. Or they say, my grapes were excellent this year or awesome this year, thanks to your information. And I appreciate that. You can't say you don't appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I'm going to keep doing that because it helps people. But I love growing big, beautiful collard greens. Oh, mm. Big, beautiful plants. That's what I love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Peace, brother. All right, now. Take care, everyone. Everyone. Keep on growing.